2021, because if 2020 had hair, I was a cosmetologist back in the 80s, and I would convince it that I could do its hair nicely for it. I'd sit it down and I'd give it a mullet. Hey everybody, I'm Moody Boo, and I am back as promised with my 2020 top perfume purchases. Wow, that's a mouthful. But that's a little misleading. So that was my intent, was 20. Problem is, there are many more than 20 perfumes that I added to my collection that I adore, and I am so happy I did. So I decided to double that and make it my top 40 2020 perfume purchases. So that means I'm not going to do any reviewing or anything. I have reviewed, I think, most of these, and I will try to put a list in the Dropbox or the, whatever it is down there, that links you to the review or the videos. Now, some of them may not have their very own review. They may be in a house review or in a list or something. And if something that I have in here, especially, I haven't reviewed, or I've only put in a list and you want a full review on it, just let me know in the comments. And I am again really, really sorry that I've been really poor about returning comments. Things have been crazy the last month. I'm switching jobs. There's a lot of things going on with my family and just, life. And so I have had just enough time to put some videos up there, but I haven't had enough time to sit down and really knock out all of the comments. I'm trying to return comments here and there, especially if it's a brand new person or brand new subscriber. I don't want you thinking that I'm just blowing you off, because I'm not. That's not my jam. But the comments, there's getting to be more and more comments, which I love. Love the comments, which makes it more difficult when you have less time to be able to keep up on all of them. But I want you to know I read every single one of them. And just because if it just has a heart and a like on there or something, don't be angry with me if that's all there is at this time. I promise I'll get back to it as much as I can, but it takes a lot of time. And right now I got to dedicate time to my money-making job. So I'll just get started. And I'm going to start with the 20 that aren't behind me. They're down here. And all I'm going to do is tell you what the perfume is and give you a reason why it's on this list. So I just grabbed one off this table, and this is by Beauce, and this is Amber d'Alexandrie. I'm super happy I got this one because, besides it being a beautiful amber, it's also because I was really giving up on Beauce. I tried a few of their perfumes, and not only was I not impressed, I did not like them. And usually when I try the first couple of perfumes from a house and I can't stand them, I won't go any farther in exploring them. I can't even tell you why I started buying these, but I have this one and the Vanilla de Zanzibar, I think it is, and they're beautiful. Long story longer, it renewed my faith in an old house that I disliked. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm really glad I bought it this year. All right, next. Another one I'm super glad I got by Par Le Moi, just recently actually, and that's Mile High 38. And that's because this is my new favorite pineapple. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And it is not Aventus. So, and I have done a review on this. Love. Next. Now, another one that I am thrilled that I found. I had to search for it though, which is a shame. It should be all over the place. And that's Kimberly, New York. And this one's Artsy. Now I'm super glad I bought this perfume because it is a representation in my collection how stupid, confined, and isolated I can be fragrantly. Until 2020, it never would have occurred to me to just go searching out Black-owned perfume houses. That never would have occurred to me. I just assumed a lot of the perfumes I loved had Black perfumers, Black owners, Black creative directors, etc. I had no idea how rare they can be in the fragrance industry, and that pissed me off. And that really got me started searching for Black-owned perfume houses. And Kimberly, New York, Artsy specifically, was one of my very first. So I have a lot more Black-owned perfumes now, and I'm going to continue searching for them. So if you know of more that I don't mention here today, please let me know down in the comments box, because I absolutely am continuing my journey. So, Artsy, next. Another one I'm so glad I found is Sexual Healing by Art Meets Art. Oh, man. This one I'm so glad I found, because I don't have that many super carnal, empoweringly sexy perfumes. But this one is that. Oh, it's so pretty. So, and I've done a review on this one too. And that's Art Meets Art, Sexual Healing. Oh, love it. Next. Another one that I'm super glad I got this year is Andy Towers. I don't know how you say it. You say it follow blue? Is the T silent? Is the PH silent? Tallow blue? I don't think that's right. I think it's follow blue. Anyway, one of his new releases from 2020. Oh, the reason why I love that I bought this perfume, and I bought it blind, every once in a while, I just get almost this perfume premonition, if you will, that I need to buy the next release of a house that I haven't worked with in a long time. I only had L'air du Desert, and I have Vetiver Dance, which is still amazing. And I got rid of L'air, and I don't know why to this day. It was stupid. It was a stupid thing. I traded it. What? Dumb. Anyway, I'm going to replace that bottle one of these days. But I just was wearing Vetiver Dance one day, and I just was like, I need to buy another tower. I'm going to buy his next new release, and that was Follow Blue, or Fatalo Blue, or Talo Blue, or... Anyway, oh, and I'm so glad. It's so tower. And it's so pretty. Oh, so gorgeous. Spider check. Next. The next one is another blue bottle. I should do a list of my favorite blue bottles, my favorite red bottles. I should do that one of these days. Anyway, the next one is by Centauri, and that's Proxima. This one I am so glad I bought for a multitude of reasons. There's always multiple reasons with every one of my purchases. But this one, I'm so glad I bought it because it introduced me to the House of Centauri. And what a creative, amazing perfume house it is. It's a beautiful perfume and one of the prettiest bottles ever you will see. The blue glass. There's a blue one, a red one, and a white one. I keep hoping he'll make an amber one. An amber perfume, amber one. And then a purple one. Yeah. Imagine what the purple one would smell like. Oh, so happy. Next. And the next one was suggested by you guys. And I am thrilled I got it. And that's Penhaligon's Cairo. Now, this is a spendy perfume, but I'm so glad I got it. Because you guys told me that this would be a perfume I could potentially love when I do not like oud rose perfumes. There's so many of them out there, and so many of them smell the same. So I was dubious, as you can imagine. But you were right, and I bought it. and I adore it. I have 2 decants of it. One is in my purse. I carry all the time just in case I have, you know, sometimer's disease and I forget to put on a perfume on my way out the door. It happens. And so this is one of the ones that is a decant that I keep in my purse just in case. Love it. Gorgeous. Next. Why am I whispering again? Oh, that's a weird thing. I told you they were back. All right, next. The next one I'm so glad I bought because toasted coconut is one of my favorite smells and flavors in life ever. I've loved it since I was a kid. I love it just as much as an adult. And that's Plume Impressions Rivoli Imperial. And that's what it reminds me of, is toasted coconut. Oh, it's so good. Next. The next one, if we're talking about gorgeous bottles, takes the crown. And that's literally and figuratively, because this is Cabell by Royal Crown. Look at the pretty purple. Oh, I love this bottle so much. Oh, and I am so glad I have this perfume because it is probably the prettiest bottle. I mean, this cap is heavy. This is like, oh, wouldn't that look cute? This is like it's made out of real gold, kind of heavy. But I am so glad I got it, not just for the bottle, but because it's another date perfume, and I'm having a thing about dates right now. Yes, we're having a tryst. I don't know if it's going to be more than a winter thing, but we'll see. Next. And the next one is another Black-owned perfume house that I discovered on my journey. And thanks to you guys gave me so many good suggestions, and I looked at every one of them. And that helped show me even more of them that I'd never heard of. And this one is Mayanja Tropica. Oh. And I am so glad I bought this perfume because it reminds me of Hawaii. That may be the reason for more than one of these, so I should probably give you another one. I actually blind bought this one, but besides it being this gorgeous perfume that I am going to be rocking this spring and summer, it's also because it introduced me to a perfume store, a Black-owned perfume store that I had never purchased from before, called Muse. Modern Urban Sensory Experiences, I believe is the acronym, Muse. So if you haven't, I'll put a link below. Check it out. I can still smell it. It's so good. Next. The next perfume I'm super glad I have too, and that's by Oola, Chemical Love. I'm super glad I have this one because it's got that Bailey's Irish Cream note. Now, I know a lot of people don't detect it, but when I was a bartender, I poured a lot of Carolas and Bailey's Irish Cream, and I can so smell it in this. Now, it isn't necessarily the most dominant thing in there, but it's there. It's peeking out behind the top shelf door. That's what's going on. Oh, and I'm so glad I have it. Next. The next one I'm super glad I have is Essence No. 3 Amber by Elie Saab. This one, it takes me back to when I used to wear signature scents. Vanilla Fields, was it by Cody? I don't remember. I used to wear that one for about a year, 2 years, something like that. And I adored it. Until a nurse that I worked with said she loved it too. What was it? And of course I told her. She came back 2 days later wearing it. So I gave her my bottle and switched perfumes. But this one reminds me of if Vanilla Fields had grown up, maybe become a closet alcoholic, and became a very sultry, sexy individual. That's what this reminds me of. Oh, I adore it. Next. Next one is by Eccentric Molecules, and that's Molecule 05. And I'm so glad I have this one because Molecule 01 is one of my all-time favorite perfumes of ever. Was that a good sentence? No, what? And I really love Molecule O2. I love a couple of the other perfumes in their lineup that I have, but I haven't really dug in and adored a perfume until Eccentric 05. Now it's still number 2 because Molecule 01 will always be number 1, but it was so nice to find another Eccentric Molecule perfume that I adored. I'd almost given up on them. Oh man, this is one of the perfect spring summer perfumes too. So next. Oh God, that smells good. Oh, still smell that number 5. Oh, it's beautiful. Wow. Another one is Memories by The Gate. Memories like the corners of my mind, misty watercolor memories. Oh, hi. Yeah, sometimes I lose it and I go places and then I come back. Anyway, The Gates Memories. I'm so glad I have this perfume because I'm still on a cherry kick. And this is one of the perfumes that helped prove to me that the note of cherry isn't just for urinal cakes and car air fresheners. That it actually can smell beautiful in a perfume. This is gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Next. The next one is by Fort and Manley, Charlatan. Now, I'm so happy I have this perfume because it's another sexy perfume. And I want to expand my sexy repertoire. I don't know why, because I can't wear them anywhere. I mean, I suppose I could when I go out to dinner with my husband, whenever that happens again or something. But I'm hoping one of these will trigger a response in him. I haven't tried this on him yet. Like Rouge No. 2 by Micallef. That one is heavy, sweet castoreum, and he adores it on me. So I want another one of those sexy perfumes so I can see if it will trigger a response in him to leap tall buildings in a single bound to make it to my bed. My super hubby. Anyway, love it. Next. The next one is by Karner, Barcelona, and that's Fig Man. I adore having this perfume because fig is hot and cold for me. Because sometimes I like Fig Man, and then sometimes I'm like, meh, like Philocycos. It just doesn't do anything for me. I had it. I had a bottle, and I wore some of it, and I was like, bored. So this helped renew my faith that I love the note of fig in the right proportions mixed with the right supporting notes. That I must caveat. So next, the next one is by Naomi Gutzer, and that's Eau du Sorel. I'm so glad I have this perfume because I'd been super curious about Naomi Gutzer, but I hadn't really explored that house at all. Oh, it's sweet, it's beautiful, it's unisex, no review, move on next. The next one is by Atelier Diors, and this is Rouge Soleil. And I'm so glad I have this perfume because it has become one of my go-to winter wears this year. I'm telling you, I've got a decant of it that I also keep in my purse. Maybe I got to do one of these days, frags I keep in my purse. Frags in my bag. That's right, I think I did that once, but maybe I should do that again and update it. Next. The next one is by Javoy, and that's Remember Me. And I'm so glad I have this one because it was one of the first ones that showed me how much I love sweet cardamom kind of perfumes. Oh, it's so pretty. Next. And I'm pretty sure this is the last of the first group of my 40 perfumes. And I may cut this and do a part 2. I don't know. I don't think I can edit it enough to get them all in there in one video. So I'll do a part 2 after this one. And the last one in this one, the last one in this one. is by S. Strikes and Notes, and it's Miranda. And I'm so glad I got this perfume because it introduced me to a whole new house. There's a couple from this house I really want to buy. The one in the red bottle, I can't think of the name right now. They're all women's names, as I recall. Anyway, this is a house I'd never explored. So glad I bought it because this one is one of the first ones that showed me I just really want to explore houses I've never heard of and introduce them to everybody so that you're not just getting the same perfume reviews of the same perfumes. That's my goal. Love. All right, that's the end of part 1, and thank you for your patience. And those behind me I will do in part 2. And take care of yourselves, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And comment if you want. If you don't, it's all good. I still love you. Use your own nose and peace.